Professionalism is doing what would be expected of someone at that level. Everything it takes to be prepared. And I like to think of as taking care of the controllables, right? Taking care of your business is another way, TCB, that you do everything you can to be prepared to play.
Professionalism for me is taking care of everything that's in your control.
You do whatever is under your control to be the best player you can be.
When you do that, when you take care of everything that needs to be done, you can walk onto the court feeling very confident about what you're about to do. And you think about what our players have to do playing in this very competitive international game of tennis, you must do everything you can to give yourself that edge, that confidence stepping on the court, that readiness where you know that there's no question mark in your mind. You've done everything you can, and that feels great when you walk on the court. Professionalism is all about preparation. Your sleeping habits, are you getting your A+ hours? Are you getting to bed at a consistent, decent time? Your eating habits, so are you fueling your body? Are you eating regularly? You're eating the right kinds of foods? To your hydration, to your warm-ups, your cool-downs, you taking care of your body, if you have some prehab you need to do, and then your mental training as well. When they walk on the court, they know that they're ready. That's controllable, right? You know you've done your job. And then whatever comes at you, you deal with.
Playing Jimmy Connors in the 1991 US Open was like getting in front of a freight train. He'd hijacked the whole tournament. He'd started with a come-from-behind 5-set win over Patrick McEnroe in the first round and had a whole series of come-from-behind, theatrical, crowd-entertaining matches to the point where it became the Jimmy Connors tournament. It wasn't the US Open anymore. It was really about him, and he'd earned it.
It was a big occasion for Jim. I think bigger than for Jimmy because Jimmy already won the US Open after a few years. So
I got into a good groove early against Jimmy, and I took a little bit of the crowd out of it, got an early lead. He, of course, did what Jimmy always did, which is fight and find a way back into the match as best as he could. But I was able to just maintain my calm and my discipline and my shot discipline and not panic and just keep playing point in and point out. And that simplicity helped me regain control of the match.
Did he panic? No. But he went back to what he needed to do to be successful. He went back and committed to his game. He was following routines. And to me, that's being professional on the court, is that when something happens to you, you go to your routines.
I'd been preparing for moments like this for a long time, and I'd made a big jump in 1991 in my career. I'd started working with Brad Stein and Jose Higueras, and my ranking had shot up, my results had improved dramatically, and the way that I prepared for everything had gotten better. I had a much better mindset and mentality. I was prepared for the crowd as best as I could be. I'd played Davis Cup, so I knew what a rambunctious crowd looked like, and I also knew that I could control that by playing well and getting a lead and making them a little more quiet because they don't have as much to cheer for. Normally in those conditions, a young American coming into a semifinal of the US Open would be a crowd favorite, and I was going to be anything but. So it was a very different dynamic than most players would face playing Jimmy Connors at the US Open. It was certainly much more than just about the tennis.
What I know about champions is that they are highly invested in their own development, highly invested in their own success. So they're always reflecting and learning from their experiences, and they're taking responsibility for the things that they control.
It's about being disciplined, being detail-oriented, and strive to get better every day.
There are a lot of variables in life and in sport that are out of our control, and you have to just be adaptive to those scenarios. But the best professionals, in my view, not only in my sport, but in anything, are the ones who are just buttoned up. They just take care of everything that's on their plate.
Players who are that invested, and you can look at any sport, the best are so invested in what they need to do to be successful, that's how they make their decisions.
You are a corporation as a tennis player, and you are the CEO, so it's about being efficient and effective, so then when the time comes to actually play, that everything's taken care of and you can just go out and do it.